Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Anime Chat with me, Pop. And we're still continuing on with the theme of awful anime in April. Hopefully we won't have to do this too much longer, but I got two today to show you guys, and they're pretty awful as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that'll come later. First off, we got to get to the news of the week so we get all caught up. And let's also say hello to you guys out there. James, you're just here to point and laugh. And yes, happy Easter to you as well. And Lucifer, how you doing? Since when do you like anime? Oh, Lucifer, how was your hike yesterday? Did you have a good hike up the mountain there? Nothing better than taking a nice, good hike. Yeah, April is going to be over soon, James. Yep. Then we'll move on to the next theme, which I haven't thought of yet. But, I'll have to spend some time and think about it. My Restream chat decided to not work this morning, so now I have like 4 different chat windows open. One for each site. Kick and Rumble and Twitch and YouTube. So you have to bear with me if I take a little bit to see your message there. You gotta love it when Restream doesn't do what you want. Mount Prevost has an amazing view. All right. I have some good shots of when I was hiking in Jasper. I think it was Mount Edith Cavell. No, not that one. No, the Whistlers. You can climb up the Whistlers there. You take the gondola up to the almost to the top there, and then from there you hike up to the top of it. Man, oh man, what a view! What a view! I'm sure you've probably done that one before. Maybe May, anime that may or may not please you. There you go. Blackcomb, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, up in Whistler, Blackcomb, Cypress and all that too. Seymour. I've been to a few of those mountains. Like I say, nothing like a good hike. Getting out there back to nature. Hiking around Jasper is really something that me and Mrs. Mechanic like to do. We like to get out there and just have a great time hiking around. It rhymes at least. That's what I go for, James. Usually. I don't know who that is, but I can't read. I can't read Arabic. So, hello. How are you doing? We're just about to get to the news of the week here for all you anime fans. Jasper hikes are beautiful, yes. You just gotta watch out for bears, because you never know when you're gonna run into one. So I bought myself a can of bear spray. Okay. You're looking forward to getting back on the Cannondale with pleasant weather. Oh, is that in the Michigan area there, James? I've never heard of the Cannondale. Oh, the Cannondale, never mind. Bike. That's a bike. Jeez. It's been so many years since I've heard somebody refer to a bike by the maker. You worry more about goats in Jasper, their dicks. Yeah. A lot of people try to feed the wildlife, and it's not a good idea generally. Yeah, a Cannondale is a bike, yes. It's a doggone relic. Okay. Well, let's see what they got here. This was back on Monday. Gummy confirms JoJo Bizarre Adventure app game for 2025 in video. Okay, so they're going to bring a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game to your phone. Well, you know how I feel about phone games. Made in US of A. Yeah, you know what? Hang on to that stuff as long as you can. Anything that was made in the US, Canada, or Europe, just hang on to it. Oh, Cannondale, Kona, and Santa Cruz are your favorite bike makers. Not CCM? Remember having those? You go down to Canadian Tire and get yourself a nice new bike. Not any anymore, yeah. What do we got here? Sony raises the price of PlayStation 5 in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. The company cites challenging economic environment, including high inflation and fluctuating exchange rates. Also, they like money, so that's why as well. I don't get it. Usually the makers would take a hit on on the hardware, but make it up at the software. But they're not doing that now. You saw a CCM bicycle once? There you go. Okay, next up, you have a Schwinn Grande 6.3 M or R right now. Best bike you can get from Canadian Tire. There you go. We have bikes too. The missus and I. We should bust them out here and go for a ride soon. They'll need a little bit of tender, loving care with keeping the tires inflated and greased up and oil everything, make it nice and smooth. But yes, nothing like a nice bike ride. Tomato Soup's A Witch's Life in Mongol Manga gets TV anime from Science Saru. City, the animation adds Yuko Goto, Jin Domon to the cast. You miss the River Valley, Lucifer? Yeah. Yeah, they sure did a good job making it nice and protected so people can, walk beside the river. You think AI is stupid? It takes like an entire nuclear power plant to run the thing, and it's not to give you a terrible answer. Don't rely on it then, James. AI is just, yeah, I wouldn't even waste my time with it. Ys X Proud Nordics game releases for Switch 2 on July 31st. Masaki Yuasa directs Daisy's life anime film. You don't need turbo stupidity enforced by Ingredia. Yeah, there you go. Here we are. We've got the video game rankings right away here. Okay, from March 31st to April 6th. Let's see what is number 1. Super Mario Party Jamboree. Number 2 is a PS5 game, Monster Hunter Wilds, then Xenoblade Chronicles X, Minecraft. Now, I wonder if Minecraft worked its way up because of the movie. Are people wanting to play the game because of the movie? Donkey Kong Country Returns, Mario Kart 8, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Nintendo Switch Sports, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Pokemon Scarlet Violet, Winning Post 10, Atelier Yumiya, Sekai no Asobi. Oh, we get a PS5 game, Assassin's Creed Shadows. And then after that is a PS5 game, Atelier Yumiya. Back to the Switch with Powerful Pro Baseball, Pikmin 4, Splatoon 3, Platform 8. Jeez, I never heard of that one. I wonder if it's any good. And finally, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. So there you go. Super Mario Party Jamboree is number 1 again. Nintendo dominating once more. Yeah, Jack Black is in the Minecraft movie, and I've heard a bunch of idiots, uh, mostly teenagers, are doing stupid things when he says chicken jockey and stuff on film. So Minecraft doesn't hold any kind of special place for me. I might have played it years ago once, but it didn't affect me at all. It's like this is stupid. And I told everybody, I'm going to go off on a rant here. I told everyone after the superhero fad of Hollywood was dying, I'm like, as soon as when Mario movie made $1 billion, I'm like, okay, they are going to do the video game fad now. They're going to beat this horse to death. They beat the superhero genre to death. Now they're going into video game movies, and they're going to beat that thing to death. So that's was my fear, has come to pass, that they've decided to just inundate us with so many video game movies. And yeah, they're picking all the franchises, and they're just gonna start cranking them out, and normies will go and see them whether they're good or not. Also, who can afford theater ticket prices? I know, right? Man, I remember cheap nights. You'd go Tuesday night, cheap night, and it was like half price. I don't know if they do that anymore. Anyways, that's what's going on now. It is the genre of the video game movies are going to get just beaten down and beaten like a dead horse until they can squeeze every last bit of money out of it. Crafting's kind of cool, build a house, but now there are other games that do it better. Yeah. All right, getting back to the news here. Crunchyroll to also stream Licorice Recoil Friends Are Thieves of Time anime short films. From bureaucrat to villainous anime reveals English dubcast. Kametsubaki Studio announces Kametsubaki Academy Newspaper Club game. Okay, it's a game for the PC. Yakuza Fiance anime gets English dub. Poupelle of Chimney Town sequel films video reveals title, spring 2026 debut. Kanen-sama wa Akumade Choroi manga listed with 2026 TV anime. Oh, it's a romantic comedy, but we gotta wait till 2026 though. And that was all in for Monday. Tuesday, they had one thing on Tuesday. Amazing. Nothing else happened. Seems like Jack Black is a personality, not a person. I think he only knows how to play one guy. Like if you watch Kung Fu Panda and listen to it, that's all you need to know about Jack Black. That's the only. He's a stereotyped. He's been typecast. He's just the one guy. Like that's all he doesn't have any range. For Tuesday, Studio Kai animates Mistress Kanan is Devilishly Easy TV anime. That's the one we just talked about for Monday. Moving along to Wednesday. The Beginning After the End anime reveals English dubcast Wednesday debut. I've started watching this already. We'll see how it goes. A pretty evil guy gets reincarnated. He was a king of a kingdom, and now he died, and now he's reincarnated, and he has magic powers into a world where there's magic now. So we'll see. Your poor cat's sick. Oh no, James. Are you gonna take it to the vet? You got to be careful there. Cats will eat anything, so they are they're quite dumb when it comes to putting things in their mouths. Yeah, we hope he recovers too. Girls Band Cry compilation films reveal returning cast, staff, and a teaser. SD Gundam G Generation Eternal game launches for smartphones. Another smartphone game for G Gundam. Or Gundam G Generation. Probably not. Too poor. That's unfortunate, James. Yeah, you just gotta hope for the best then. Toho Spell Carnival Games PC version launches on May 7th. Unless the vet lets you sweep up or something for a month. Yeah, I don't know if they do that. They swap, chores for treatment. Oh man, this one sounds wild. Offering My Virginity to a Gangster XL Boss anime. Get English dubs updated. Man, oh man, that sounds like a wild one. Elden Ring Night Rain Games character trailer reveals Raider. Windbreaker Season 2 anime reveals English dubcast, April 17th debut. I don't know, I watched a couple episodes of Windbreaker and I'm like, this is just high school kids fighting. Big deal. Be a great tax dodge for, honestly, trade labor. Yeah. A lot of people, some people still do trade and barter and stuff like that. It's and it's I think it's a good idea. I don't think the government should be taking everything away from you anyway. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics Collection gets title update on April 16th. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth games release opening movie trailers. I think I have that one for my Vita. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound game adds playable character Kumori. Looks like it's coming out for all the systems. The third Be Forever Yamato Rebel 31.99 film opens at number 6. Ooh, nice to see. It's making the top 10 there. Looks like Doraemon stays at number 1. Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon anime reveals TV format, main cast, staff, fall 2025 debut. Sounds like a few shows I've watched there. Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon. Is the team gonna turn on the one guy and just leave him for dead? Because I've seen a few of those already. Dokapon Sword of Fury game now available in English. That's all Wednesday. Moving along to Thursday. Kingdom anime gets 6th series in October. Tekkon Kincrete's Michael Arias directs animated adaptation of Taiyo Matsumoto's Sunny manga. Crunchyroll reveals English dub cast for the Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows anime. I believe I'm watching that one right now. I was very pleasantly happy with the first episode, so that's good. Crunchyroll streams Attack on Titan finale compilation film. Ugh, just go away already. My God, Attack on Titan just will not go away. It's the influence of communism, the church of the state. The state should have all your production and only you get what gives back to you. Yeah. No, it's disgusting. I think we should all be aware that communism is not good. It wrecks entire countries, as you can see by the Soviet Union. When it came into being in 1917, it died after in 1991 or so, 1992. It doesn't work. It's garbage. There's mass starvation, and I'm sure the people in charge, the very elite people, don't care about that. They don't care about people that the average person. In fact, they like to see that. That's why we should fight tooth and nail against it. Mario Kart World Games video confirms new modes, courses, items. Masami Obari animates music video for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves game. Fatal Fury is a good franchise for playing. Also, for watching as well. Like, there's a few movies out there, a few anime ones that came out in the 90s, and man, they did really well. Alma-chan wants to have a family. TV anime reveals main cast in video. That was Thursday. Moving along to Friday. Cardfight Vanguard Divines Deluxe Arc Anime's English dub premieres on April 25th. Dekken no Mogura, the Earthbound Mole anime, reveals more cast. July 7th premiere in video. Here's something. ABC TV reveals new Anna Midnight programming block for Sunday nights. Oh, it's not ABC. It's not the American Broadcasting Company. It's Asahi Broadcasting. Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders open on April 24th following delay from tariffs impact. So April 24th, well, a couple days from now. Today's the 20th. We got 4 more days. Blue Box Anime's English dub debuts. Netflix adds My Hero Academia Your Next Film on April 20th. Well, that's today. Clever Japanese. Yes. Fire Force Season 3 and Shirley Anime reveal English dub casts. We'll skip by the North American anime manga releases. That's all for Friday. Moving along to Saturday. Detective Conan One-Eyed Flashback anime film earns 1.05 billion yen on first day. Wow. It beats out first day earnings of last year's record-breaking film. That's crazy, but I guess everyone must just love this guy. Detective Conan, eh? Silent Witch anime cast Yuki Sakihara as Neil Clay Maywood. Oh, and we get video game rankings again. Let's open this up and see where we're at now. There's a place in Japan called USA. They would sell stuff labeled made in USA. You were the wiser. There you go. There's no periods in between the letters, so it's however people see it there. Okay, so from April 7th to 13th, we've got at number 1 Super Mario Party Jamboree, followed by Monster Hunter Wilds for the PS5. Then Minecraft is at number 3 now, so it's moved up even more. Then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Animal Crossing, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Progress Orders, Nintendo Switch Sports, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Pokemon Scarlet Violet. At number 12, a PS5 game, Assassin's Creed Shadows. back to the Switch with Aka Neo Geo Selection, and then that's Volume 3, and then after that is Volume 4. Then Sekai no Asobi, Taisen 51. Atelier Yumiya, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Platform 8, Ring Fit Adventure, and finally, Pikmin 4. Once again, Nintendo dominates. They'll fill everything with wokeitis and then they'll complain that no one likes it. Yup. That is the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. But the result will always be the same. Let's check out the TV rankings here. It might take 25 years, but that's a prediction for me. I might be around still in 25 years. We'll see. At number 1, Saze-san, then Chibi Maruko-chan, Detective Conan, Apothecary Diaries, Doraemon. What is this? Oh, Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quix. One Piece is hanging in there. Yaiba Samurai Legend. You and Idol Precure, and then Crayon Shin-chan, of all things, is at the bottom. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Films, English subtitled special trailer previews opening song. Annecy Film Fest screens David Productions Star Wars Visions episode. You and Idol Precure Anime Films teaser announces September 12th opening. Star Wars Visions episode, The Ninth Jedi, gets limited series in 2026. Well, looks like Disney's getting desperate now. They're doing Star Wars in anime style. Maybe they're like, oh, well, yeah, we better do it this way because anime is just kicking our ass. And everybody seems to like it better. We do. We like it better. Because it's not garbage. Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter anime casts Miho Okasaki as Lynn Leinster. That is everything on Saturday. Move along to Sunday. Today. Bye Bye Earth Season 2, Black Butler, Emerald Witch Arc, more anime English dubcasts revealed. This doesn't matter much to me. I usually don't watch shows dubbed. I will watch them subtitled. Although I know there's some of us out there that prefer to watch or to listen to things dubbed, just because reading the subtitles just gets too much for you. I remember Fabric telling me that. Which is, it's too bad he's not in. He's probably better, he's probably being, just loaded down with work. I'm sure he's got the large workload going on, which is unfortunate. I always like seeing what Fabric has to say. Speaking of which, look at this. DJ Ronnie G. Hello, DJ. Hope things are going well for you. You're probably at work right now. Might be able to, might be a quiet work day for you. Depends on who's there, I guess. Ever watch the Senile Scribbles on YouTube? It's a comedic take on Skyrim. Oh. Can't say I have, James. With the overloud sound effects, everyone needs subtitles now. Yeah, there you go. You want to have it so that the voice is more prevalent than the sound effects going on. I don't have much skin in the game for Skyrim either. I never got into that. I did play... What was it now? Oh, I did play Oblivion for the PC. So I played Elder Scrolls Oblivion, but not Skyrim. I didn't want to get sucked into that into that RPG. If you're able to devise something to help your cat along, so maybe we can come up with a do-it-yourself plan. It's not horribly long, maybe just 45 minutes. Pretty funny, just silly. Sometimes you need that. You need a good silly show to watch. All right, we only got 2 more here. Easygoing Territory Defense by the Optimistic Lord novels get TV anime. And Welcome to the Outcast Restaurant. Anime's new video unveils more cast and staff. Opening song, July 3rd debut. Another a restaurant one, eh? It's all right. They seem, as long as they do the food well. And that's it. You guys are all caught up on the news. Usually now what I would do is go over the rankings, but they haven't updated them yet. The rankings are still from the winter season. So, let me get right into it then. Let's fire this up here. Where we go? Oh, there we go. Okay, so like the title of the stream today, when your hopes are dashed. That's when you have your hopes up for a show you're going to watch. You're like, okay, this sounds great. The synopsis, you read the synopsis and you're like, oh man, this show sounds great. And so you decide to watch this show and you're just like devastated. You're disappointed. You're like, this is not anything that I pictured it to be. So when your hopes are dashed, these are the shows that will do it to you. All right. But before we get to that, hello, Alex Moore. How you doing, man? Good to see you. I figured you'd be in after the news. You usually are. All right. Oh, yes. I guess I better do this. There we go. Sounds like you guys really like that Skyrim parody. Anyways, let's get into it. This one was one from last season, and it's called Grisaia Phantom Trigger. This one classifies in my books as awful anime, one that really dashed your hopes for it being really good. So first off, what they do, and this should have been a red flag right off the bat. They give you a rundown in 120 seconds. So they give you a 2-minute rundown of things, of the history of this. And it tells you, yes, they're trained to be assassins. And how they hide and stuff like that, and people they were with. So after the 2 minutes, you're supposed to be all caught up on what's going on. It just flies by. So, you have to be sharp and be able to pick up everything that they tell you. Another thing with this show is, most shows you have main character and follow them, what they're doing. This show has no main character. There is no main person to focus on and root for them as they're going through and, trying to do the hero's journey. This is a teacher, and she starts her first day teaching at the place where they train the assassins. She knows what they are. She's not oblivious to it. She knows that they're assassins and knows that they have killed people. And we meet two of the students who are jogging to school, I guess. Then you see the kids getting taught. Yeah, fetch some coffee from the kitchen. Yeah, man. Get yourself a nice cup of joe. So they're being taught by one of the teachers here what's the most important thing. And she actually said the right answer. They're getting a new student. The new student has the same last name as the principal. So she's like, "Oh, is she related to you? Is this your daughter?" And she's like, "Do I look like a mother to you?" So the introduction happens, right? Here's the new student. Her name's Taiga. Yeah, welcome, transfer student. She knows some of the people already. So there's pre-existing relationships. They are going to figure out how to take care of this new student. He asked this girl, I think her name's Chris, to look after the new student. So she helps her do some training. Right now they're checking to see which box looks like would have a explosive in it. So everybody opens up and they have different things. And she hits the button, and they did not even spot where it was at all. They're doing sniper practice. Everyone doesn't have. There's no emotion in this show at all either. It's just like they're very bland characters. There's nothing that is anything that makes you want to root for them. They're teaching them how to throw throwing stars. Pew pews are fun. Of course they are. There's a little bit of backstory for Taiga. This girl is doing target practice, going as fast as she can, 1.95 seconds to hit all the targets. They give the new girl a pew pew, and she is all over the place. She can't hit a target. So she gets told she's got to strengthen her body, strengthen her endurance. So she goes and does that. She's going to go do some running to build up her strength. And you start thinking, oh, she must be main character. This is Phantom Trigger, Alex. Yep. I put it on my list of awful shows because it's not that great. So you're thinking to yourself, oh, she must be main character. We got to root for her and see what happens and how she grows as a character. But nope, that doesn't happen. All of a sudden it veers off and going somewhere else. Yes, James, stance and everything was all wrong. It was probably her first time ever holding a weapon, so. Looks like she got hurt. Probably fell, scraped her knee. Pretty badly, it looks like. So she gets carried back to the dorms. Now she's gone to the university the next day to take listen to a lecture. But apparently there's some smoke coming from there, and it looks like an explosion happened. And now she's in danger. So we go through the ending credits. So they are going to try to rescue her. Otherwise, the head of the family has decided that the head of Taiga's family has decided they're going to just send in like a bunker buster and just level the place. So this show is just awful. It's so disjointed. It's doesn't have any kind of anything to pull you in and make you root for the main character. There is nothing that makes it any kind of, volcanoes erupting in the Philippines again. Oh. So that means that there's going to be a lot of debris in the air. It may cool down the earth a bit. We'll see. There isn't much plot. Like it's and after they rescue Taiga from the university, it just goes the story just veers off to somebody else. It doesn't even stick with her. And it's like, oh, okay. And then after that, it goes to somebody else, and it's like, I don't care about this character. I don't want to learn why they're so maladjusted and sociopathic. But it's like, yeah, this show, don't waste your time. It's not worth it. It's not going to be very enjoyable if you're used to this. You're following main character and how they go along the hero's journey. There is none of that. It's just, I don't even know why they made this show. It's very bland. It's not memorable at all. So that is my feelings on this one. Agree or disagree, that's fine. But this is how when I watched it, and I just gave up on it. I'm like, No, actually, I didn't give up on it. I watched the whole thing. Because I was hoping it would get better, but I was just disappointed. My hopes were dashed. Anyway, let's go to the next one. You want to talk about hopes getting dashed. This second one. This one almost took pleasure in dashing my hopes of a good show. And this one was called Am I Actually the Strongest? Another long-term prediction, extra rain and snow as a result of the underwater volcano some years back. Tobu, Togo. Okay. Some places do need the extra rain. I don't need extra snow here. I've had enough of that. But this show, Am I Actually the Strongest? So it starts out, Buddy is here, and all he does is play games and watch anime in his room. He's a shut-in. And he dies in his bed. So the goddess says she's going to give him overpowered skills because the new place he's going to is very magical. And he didn't learn anything. There's only one thing he wants to do. He wants to live a nice quiet life where he can binge anime and will play games all along. So, right off the bat, to me, he's a loser. Hikikomori? He's all so bad that you actually regret the time spent? Yes. Yes. And this one especially because it has flashes of being great, but they're quickly taken away. So he's reincarnated as a baby to a king and queen. They give him a magic test to see his potential, and he ends up being what they can see as a 2 out of 2. What they don't know is that, and this is dumb, the goddess gave him 1002 out of 1002 for power. And in this world, 77 is considered like the strongest that humans can be. So, for lack of another 2 digits that they could have put on here, or if somebody could have figured it out, you know, they're going to abandon him. They're like, take him out in the forest and lose him. He's too weak. And then the goddess realizes her mistake, and she didn't even give him an element. But yes, his power is 1002 out of 1002. He is way overpowered. And it looks like, oh, this is the intro. So there he is. He's in the forest as a baby. You can enjoy some awful sci-fi because it's so awful, like Sci-Fi Network below B-movie levels. You can at least laugh at it. Yeah, of course you can. But when this gives you, you know, it's almost like a carrot and stick. It dangles it in front of you and you're like, oh, this might get really good. And then it doesn't. So there he is as a baby, abandoned in the forest. And he's got the mind of however old he was. And so he's using his magical power and he's learning how to use it when a large red wolf appears. Tremors 4, for example. There was a Tremors 4. I only heard of the very first one. I didn't know they got into like number 4. So he tries to defend against this wolf. And he's like, well, I better grab some trees. No, but that didn't stop. So he's like, well, I better grab something bigger. So he grabs a piece of mountain. The fox surrenders, or wolf. Maybe it's a story inspired by magic mushroom. There would probably, yeah, I could see that. So she actually talks to the baby. You need to be on magic mushrooms to get it. Ugh. No narcotics for me, thanks. So he explains his situation. She can sense the mana coming out of him that exceeds human limits. So she automatically thinks that he's the Demon King reincarnate, and he goes with it. So she's swearing fealty to him because he defeated her. So she wants to form a pact. And he's hungry. He needs breast milk. She's can't give him breast milk because she is not, she's not a mother. It's awful, but it's funny in its awfulness. And along comes this fella. He is a relation to the baby. And he knows that he was abandoned, so he is come to pick him up because his wife lost a child in childbirth. So they're going to grab him. And he's going to take Flay with him. They make it look like he got ripped apart. So time passes. 9 years have passed. So he's not a baby anymore. There's plenty of direct cable movies on the Sci-Fi Network. Yeah, I don't get the Sci-Fi Network here. So there's a little bit of awkwardness between him and his sister. Once he hasn't learned anything, he's still lazy. He doesn't want to do anything. He even made a replica of himself out of magic because he wants the replica to do all the work or anything that has to happen. And he just wants to be a lazy loser because that's what it turns out to be. His dad wants to teach him sword fighting. He's like, oh, but I want to study ancient magic. He's like, oh, okay. But you're still going to use a sword. Learn how. So he wraps himself in a barrier. He shows that he has a bit of prowess there. Oh, he managed to go three decimal places, but he should have gone one more, and then he would have saw. So even he thinks that he's very weak magically. He's still gonna get taught how to use a sword. They're starting to think that he might be a returned demon. But at least his sister doesn't think he is. So, this show, he's got power, but he doesn't want to do anything with it. He's just so lazy, it just drives you up the wall. And when he does do things, you're like, oh, this is great. He's powerful, he can take down people, and he does, but then the next episode, he doesn't follow up with it. There's no follow through. He doesn't have to battle progressively stronger and stronger people. And you would hope that's the way, at least I did. You build it up. If you're the guy writing the story, you make it so that he has to get, and battle more and more powerful people and make things right. But he doesn't. Instead, he goes off by himself, makes his own little house to live in. He puts in a TV and such like that, and plays video games and lazes around. He goes to a magical school. His family sends him to a magical school where he meets, people. And you think, oh yeah, now he can really flourish, but he doesn't. He's got no drive, and he actually shouldn't have been, in my opinion, he shouldn't have been reincarnated. He should have just been, left. Not even be reincarnated, because he didn't deserve it. He just wants to be a lazy ass. And it's like, you know what? This story could have been so much better. And I kept hoping every episode I watched, I'm like, oh, look at this. He's trouncing somebody. And then nothing. And then laziness. So it was a frustrating watch, because I wanted it to be better, and it wasn't. It would have flashes of being good, but not. And it was very disappointing. Don't waste your time with Am I the Strongest, or Am I Actually the Strongest? Don't waste your time on it. You will be disappointed. It does not progress very well at all. There's very short little bursts of action. And honestly, you could take all those action scenes from every episode and push them all together, and it would make up one episode. And that's it. So 12 episodes of just meandering, lazy garbage that it was awful. It ranks up here with some of the most awful anime for April. Can't get his arse in gear. Yep. You got that right, James. As like I said, there are flashes of it, and you want more. You're like, oh yeah, this is great. This guy can, handle people with ease and defeat them. But you don't get that. You don't see it. There's a few people, but what a disappointment. They pulled the rug out from under your feet. And it dashed my hopes. for a good show. So yeah, this is a miss. You know, don't watch this. You'll do yourself a favor if you don't. All right, well, those are the two I featured today. So make sure you mark those down as avoid at all costs, unless you like wasting time. But there's better shows to watch than those. Next up is shows currently watching. First up, Catch Me at the Ballpark. I'm liking this one. It's nice to see that there's they're showing the different people that show up to watch baseball games and such, and our beer serving girl is she's the one constant in it. So I like it. Last episode we had one of the wives of one of the baseball players there, and she had to listen to all the trash talk about her husband. Boy, was she angry, but it was great. So I'm liking Catch Me at the Ballpark. Chuzenji Sensei Mononoke. This one is a period piece set in 1948, so it is after World War II. About this young girl going to school, and the teacher there, and he's just figuring out because they come up with some mysteries that need to be solved, and he helps out. I do like the fact that it's a period piece, though. Old Country Bumpkin, to Master Swordsman. The guy that does the voice, or the Master Swordsman is voiced by the same voice actor as Sanji in One Piece. So it's hilarious listening to that guy who isn't chasing after Nami or Robin. But I do like that. He has never been exposed to the big city, or, he's always teaching people swordsmanship and all that, but he hasn't fought like really high-powered people before, and he can, because he is a master swordsman. Oh, and Go-Go Loser Ranger Season 2. I liked Season 1. I haven't watched Season 2 yet, but it's on the list here. So I want to see what happens, whether our guy can... What's his name again? Oh, yes. Monster D. I want to see what he can do. Whether he's getting closer. A-Rank Party. Yes, very enjoyable. I'm glad it's gotten 24 episodes this season. We are really getting into some heavy lore in these dungeons they're going into. And I like the fact that they didn't dwell on his old group. They met their demise, and I was happy about that. Who's a surprising voice actor? Clancy Brown. He does the voice for Mr. Krabs. Yes, I knew that. He was also Lex Luthor in the Superman animated shows. He does a good job. I really enjoy Clancy Brown and his the voice acting he does. I caught up on Evil Lord of an Intergalactic Empire. Very thoughtful show, as the main character actually puts thought into things that he wants to do to make his empire flourish. It's drowning in debt, thanks to his father and grandfather. So he needs to try to pull it out of debt, and he's doing everything he can. So I'm interested to see how how he goes about this. He sounds just like Kurgan. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, from the what was that again? There can be only one. Highlander. That's what it is. And he was the guard in Shawshank Redemption. Mibashi Witches. I gotta catch up more on that. I just watched the first episode, but they can grant wishes, so I'm hoping it picks up a little more on the episodes. If not, it's probably gonna get dropped. It's a lot less hassle than Swordplay 2. Yes, it is. Miru Watashi no Mirai. I have not been able to find that yet. So when I do, I will watch it and see if it's worth sticking around. Witch's Death. This is pretty crazy. She has to get 1,000 joyful tears in order to save herself. Otherwise, she's going to die in a year. Okay. Yeah, it's, this is going to be a heart-wrenching one, I'm sure. He was in a short-lived series too, Earth 2, maybe? Oh. I don't know if I ever saw Earth 2. Me and the missus are back to watching One Piece. We got our physical copy of the next collection. So it's we're up to 905. So we're only 222 episodes behind. Not bad. We're just in starting the Land of Wano. So the Wano arc is like the longest One Piece arc. So we're getting our One Piece fix. Please put them on Takamani-san. This one is the girl with the time travel panties. That's pretty much what it boils down to. And I read the manga before I watched the show, and it's your ecchi show of the season. You know, if you want fan service, you're gonna watch. Please put them on Takamani-san. Didn't get enough views. It didn't even get one season. Oh, ouch. Yeah, it sucks when that happens. Summer Pockets. I don't think I've even seen that one yet. Sword of the Demon Hunter. This is the dramatic one of the season. A lot of limbs flying and things getting chopped off. Oh yeah, you can follow the exploits of this demon hunter, and he has a tragic backstory. But yes, very dark and gritty, this one. But if you're into that, Sword of the Demon Hunter, Kijin Gentosho. Getting your truck loaded up to go cliff diving at Sook. At Sook Potholes. Hope everyone had... Yeah, alright. Thanks for coming out, Lucifer. Glad to stop by and chat. Have yourself a great time cliff diving. Be careful out there. And enjoy the day. The beginning after the end. This one's a strange one. The guy was the ruler of a kingdom, and he died, and then he was reborn in a place that can do magic. Or reincarnated, I guess. He's started off as a baby, he can do magic. And I don't know where it's going to go, so that one will be on the bubble for canceling or dropping. Maybe too realistic. Setting up a new world is a lot of wood chopping more than monster slaying, much like real life. Yeah, slow moving, James. Yep. The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. I want to continue more with this. I was really impressed with the very first episode. The healer has a good heart, and he just wants to heal people. And when he gave that slave girl her freedom, that was well done. Yeah, Lucifer, James says, take some video of the cliff diving. It sounds exciting. The Dinner Table Detective. This one is good. I do like a good mystery when they're trying to solve it. And the woman who's a detective for the police has a butler who is much more observant and can helps her out tremendously. In fact, he is the one that figures out way before she does. So I think it's a fun one. It's a comedy. The next one, The Too Perfect Saint, tossed aside by your fiancé and sold to another kingdom. Very heartwarming story. This girl who is super powerful, she gets sold to a different kingdom because their saint was killed, and she is not appreciated very much just because she's very standoffish in her kingdom. But the one she goes to, she gets treated so well. She gets treated, like she is, like she should be treated like a real person, and it's foreign to her because she was always treated so poorly. But it now looks like that her kingdom that she came from is now going to be under siege by monsters because the other saint they had there, which was her sister, is just not as powerful. Yeah, the butler's pretty much ignored, so it's free to observe everything. Yeah. Witch Watch. This is the rom-com of the season. You've got your witch who isn't very good. She's got terrible aim. She makes things worse whenever she uses magic. And you've got her familiar, which is her childhood friend. He's an Oni, or an ogre, and he has ogre power. And they're living together. She likes him, but he is a bit standoffish when it comes to her. We don't know if he has feelings for her. But yeah, lots of trouble. They go to school together. Hilarity ensues as they try to live a normal life, which is going to be the furthest thing to happen. So I'm liking Witch Watch. I'm watching it. Your Forma. Very cyberpunkish, this one. There's android life forms that help the people to dive into other people's minds and see things that have happened. One of them has been accused. One of these androids has been accused of murdering people, so they got to figure out what's going on here. Another mystery to solve with a cyberpunk twist to it. And finally, Zatsutabi, That's Journey, based on the story of a mangaka who was getting her stories rejected from publishers, so she'd go on a trip. She'd go on trips to different parts of Japan. So I've only watched one episode, but I definitely want to see where else she goes, because I like stories like this where they travel to actual real places and you learn more about the Japanese culture and those the places that they visit. And I also hope that she's going to get a successful, or get a story published. But we'll see how it goes. And that is the ones I'm watching this season, and quite a few good ones. I've already dropped some already. So whittling down the the list, as it were. And yeah, I've got to whittle down some more too, because there's still a lot to watch and try to keep up with, as you can see. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20. There's 20 to watch. So that's a lot of shows. I'm behind on a few of them. Yeah, One Piece goes without saying because 221 episodes behind, but that's okay. We're doing the physical media thing for that. All right. I believe that'll be it for the day. Hope you guys got your fill of anime shows today and what not to watch. Remember, don't watch Am I the Strongest? And don't watch Phantom Trigger. Both of them qualify, in my eyes, as awful anime in April. I want to thank you guys for coming out today. James, Lucifer, Alex Moore, DJ Ronnie G. Anybody else that was listening and lurking, thanks a lot. Please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Let them know on Sundays in the morning here, old Pop has his Sunday anime chat, where you can stop on by and talk about anime. There's other good channels out there too, people I personally watch and enjoy, like Pacific 414, who's going to have his Pop Talk, I'm sure, today. Probably in under an hour. You could always check him out. There's our own DJ Ronnie G, who is in the chat. He has his Monday show on Thursday. You can see what he has to say. Lots about tech and turtles and astronomy. There's Brandon the Anime Guy. There's Carl at the RNG Podcast. There's Tomby. He's the bloke from across the ocean there in Britain. Always nice to tune in and listen to Tomby. There's Angry Canadian. There's Nerdporo Lifeform. There's everyone's favorite Penguin Punkwaddle. He has some excellent videos he drops about penguin positivity. It's a nice, refreshing thing to listen to with all the other, to contrast all the negative stuff out there. And then there's Infinite Metal. Have a good time listening to Infinite Metal. He's on Kick and Twitch, and he plays retro games. And it's always a fun time. Coming up for me on Tuesday is Trades Talk Tuesday. You can learn about skilled trades and see some pictures and videos of projects I've been involved in. Stop by and learn some stuff. If you know anybody that's in the trades, tell them to stop by as well. I'd really love to have a chat with the other tradesmen. It's fun to speak about all the things we've encountered. After that Saturday, Retro Game Day, I'm playing Donkey Kong Climber for the DS. What a difficult game this is. But I have had a suggestion from Carl at the RNG Podcast for a game for the PS3. So I will have a look at that and see if I can't find that and run it on my PS3. There's the Senile Scribbles link. It's not even an hour. I might get a laugh or two. Okay, thanks, James. No problem. After Saturday is Sunday. We'll be back here again with another edition of Anime Chat. It's the last one of the month. So I've got to pick 2 more awful animes to warn you guys about. I have one already. I got to find one more. And then I'll bring them on down to you. And you can decide for yourselves as well whether they're really awful animes. But I'm trying to warn you, that's all. All right, everyone. Have yourselves a very happy Easter. And I will hopefully see you guys on Tuesday, if not the weekend. Until then, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.